Imagine having chest trouble and needing to be brought to the hospital. It turns out that the incident wasn't a heart attack. A few months later, you come back complaining of persistent lethargy, cognitive fog, muscular weakness, and upset stomach. What may that be? It appears to be a thiamine or vitamin B1 deficit. Diagnosing vitamin B1 deficiency can be challenging. Still, you may always keep an eye out for recurrent symptoms. We'll talk about the 8 indicators that you're vitamin B1 deficient in today's video. 1. Have you lost your appetite? An important decrease in appetite is more common in those who are deficient in thiamine or vitamin B1. This has the potential to cause inadvertent weight loss and eating problems over time. At first, a lack of desire to eat could be harder to detect, and you might attribute it to a particularly heavy dinner. But keep in mind that you should be concerned if anything is amiss if this feeling continues. And what do you know? This might point to the early stages of an eating issue. Are you aware of the cause of this? One important component for controlling your emotions of hunger and fullness is vitamin B1. Therefore, insufficient thiamine stores cause your body to malfunction and start miscommunicating with your brain, telling it that you are already full and there is no room for another meal. You thus consume less or perhaps nothing at all, which causes you to continue deficient in this vitamin. To support these statements, a study using rats who were fed a diet low in vitamin B1 was carried out. By day 22, they had consumed about 75% less food. Conversely, once thiamine was reintroduced into their diets, they resumed their regular food consumption. 2. Do you feel worked up all the time? There are moments when the first few hours of the day are full of vitality and brightness. But hold on. What happens if that energy stops manifesting? You are always exhausted, starting from the minute you open your eyes and ending with good night. Why? It's a thiamine shortage. According to studies, one of the first indications of thiamine shortage is weariness. And what do you know? It is possible for fatigue and agitation to begin during the initial weeks of this problem. Thus, think of it as a straight proportionate connection where you get more depleted and worn out when your food contains less vitamin B1. And why does this occur? Because thiamine is essential for the body's conversion of food into energy, deficiency would leave you fatigued because your body would be unable to produce the necessary fuel. Because of this, while determining if you have a deficit or are at risk of developing one, several researchers advise giving priority to this symptom. 3. The neurological system, and more especially the sensory system, is implicated in the most obvious clinical manifestations of thiamine deficiency. The feeling of temperature changes. It begins as a little ache and intensifies into a tingling or numbness that progressively spreads. The medical name for this is paresthesia. Your limbs will start to vibrate, and it will seem if an ant colony has chosen to perform an unexpected field march on your body. To put it simply, we frequently refer to it as pins and needles. Furthermore, why does that sensation occur? Research indicates that vitamin B1 has a role in controlling how your arms and legs nerves operate. Paresthesia arises when there is a lack because it is no longer available. Guess what? It turns out that this sensation is a symptom of severe beriberi too. And what is beriberi? It is a disease caused by thiamine deficiency, which is capable of causing extreme damage to your brain and heart. 4. Blurred vision can be another symptom. Should you feel as though everything has become indistinct to you, you are likely deficient in thiamine. But this symptom is really uncommon. Once more, nerve injury is the cause of it. The sole distinction is that an optic nerve is involved this time. When you don't have enough vitamin B1, your optic nerve becomes enlarged and breaks down. This might potentially result in visual loss if untreated, and you definitely don't want to come to that. How then can you prevent it? Basically, it's easy. Eat a diet high in nutrients to refill your stores of vitamin B1. The results of an animal study concluded that a thiamine-rich diet effectively prevented induced optical nerve damage. Other studies have also found vitamin B1 supplementation to help correct this deficiency and improve vision in affected individuals. 5. What about nausea and vomiting? Despite the fact that nausea and vomiting are frequently associated with other illnesses, their importance cannot be understated. These are the main indicators of a modest deficit in thiamine. Constipation and hazy stomach problems frequently accompany them. These two are the most common gastrointestinal problems linked to Wernicke's encephalopathy, an acute neurological condition caused by a shortage of vitamin B. These conditions include nerve damage, delayed stomach emptying, and a dilated colon, which seriously impair the fundamental operations of your digestive system. 6. Does your mind feel cluttered and messy these days? Brain injury is caused by Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, which can arise from a severe thiamine deficit. Let's say that you have to go food shopping after returning from the office. But wait, you require assistance in recalling the location of your vehicle keys. It's just been 15 minutes, yet the memory has already left your head. You haven't always forgotten anything fundamental either. You are unable to think properly and have been seeing these forgetting tendencies for some time. You are withheld more often than not by confusion. Individuals with a history of binge drinking are more likely to have vitamin B1 deficiency-related brain abnormalities. Drinking too much alcohol can lead to the body storing more carbs, which raises your body's need for thiamine. Your body must, after all, retain a sufficient amount of each. Long-term thiamine deficiency can also cause delirium, which is a sudden alteration in a person's mental state, to occur. Yes, then, you might shift from being calm and reserved to being restless and nervous. Or perhaps you're just fidgety. You might experience sporadic surges of paranoia that cause you to imagine strange things. Go ahead, click one, or better yet, watch both and learn how nutrient deficiency can affect your health. Did any warning signs stand out to you? Let us know in the comments.